In a city of spectacle and grandeur, the biggest show in town right now is right here, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And we're off and running in Las Vegas. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He is down to the 30-yard line. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
First and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30.
Let's go. Back to 60. Back to 60.
Back-to-back carries here. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Well, this defense has not had an answer, Kate, for either of the first two plays on this drive. And they've got everybody, you and me, every fan believing, well, they're only one play away from putting points on the board.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
19, go!
From the gun on 3rd down. Makes the catch. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about. After the holding call, they're going to need even more now on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Throw caught at the 6. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow. That just stings. You got to be automatic from that distance. That is going to be a tough one for that sideline to absorb.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. And the first carry here for Ashton Genty. Going to be a yard at most there, and it's 2nd down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Back to throw now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Check.
Third and long, they're going to throw. Into traffic, complete! Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker, 4th down.
J.K. Scott.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Bucks to the line. 1st and 10. Blown back, it's the handoff. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 35 to figure out.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Well, that certainly wasn't the end result he was after there, Brock. A big play to start the scoring, but we can definitely say this was not his intention, letting that pass go.
No, a lot of game left, though, and that's a positive. And you know what? He's going to have a chance to totally redeem himself after that one.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Set to return this, Trey Palmer. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30.
Palmer on the return. The Bucks take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Back to work they go after the interception. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. And this is gonna end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
I like that right there, Kate. Early in this game, show your cards. Double this guy. They know his ability, his reputation. Make somebody else beat you.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10, still from the 30. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to work ahead for a couple here. It's 3rd down now.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Throw left side finds Johnson. That's the 1st down, and he's still going. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. They send a man in motion. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Throwing it on second down. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there will be more interceptions.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Jordan Hancock. And the Raiders will take over as he reports his first interception of our season.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
First down from the 42. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He rolls to his right. He's got it inside the 10. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders pull out in front further, 13-zip. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
Buccaneers, nothing. Jason Sanders set to kick
Sanders all set to send it away. On the return, here's Palmer. Finds some space, he's past the 30. All right, so they're going to take over at the 39. Nice effort there.
First and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. First and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. And he's going to be hit, sent out after about a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there. Give him a few yards on that run. It's second and 7.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. The second down run good for 4. That brings up third down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Back to the well again. And he'll get him a handful on that run as we've reached the end of the first. And that is the end of our first quarter. It's an early lead for the Raiders. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with first and 10. Look at that touch, laid on a platter for him. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. They get 27 on the play. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision. that led to a post-snap first down.
Working inside the red zone. Short pass brought in. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
2nd and 3 now. Back to throw. And he finds him in the end zone for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers start to fight back with their first points of this game. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Johnson now on the return. Things going well so far. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Counter game to Genty. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders take a 13-point lead. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Sanders all set to send it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Couldn't find a completion on 1st down. Tried getting it to Emeka Egbuka. So that brings up 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. He's going to throw it. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays, discussing them, and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Third and long for him here. And this is another incompletion.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
The Buccaneers out and into punt formation. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. To the air now on 1st and 10. Well, the left side, Bowers has it. He did well on that play, but might have had some early help. We've got a flag down. Genty from the gun. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure a nice little run to set the table.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Let's go now. Back to 60.
Pass play now. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. He's got it inside the 25. And they tackle him after he makes the play, but we saw a flag come out right as he made the catch. Which side is this interference going to go on? So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20.
18 Cardinals. 18 Cardinals.
He's dropping back to throw. Pass caught by Jeff Besh. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
The Buccaneers go to the nickel, 3rd down.
Let's go. 70, Timberwolf. Trap 60.
Here's a throw. He's got the 1st down grab and still going. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
70 Lion. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Shotgun give here to Genty. He surges ahead for 5. Make it 2nd down.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. And you feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
He'll look to throw. Sends this to the end zone. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders make it a 3-possession game.
That's a good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21.
Jason Sanders set to
Sanders all set to send it away. On the return, here's Palmer. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. They'll throw to begin this drive. That time, this is Ibuka. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Bucs have the 1st. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you got to admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. We're in a double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Working now from the gun. He'll put everything he's got behind it. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on.
They'll throw 3rd and long. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. So a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Throwing from the gun here. This one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, that's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Just a minute, 59 seconds remaining in our first half of football. More from Legion Stadium coming up. So now here's 3rd and 5. Looking in the air here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Sticking to the air here. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down at the line.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first one it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Throwing now out of the shotgun. To the right. Pulled in by Palmer. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Still sticking with the passing game. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw here. That's on target to Cooper. And he'll go down here at the 16. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
From the red zone on 1st. Cut near the goal line. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're in first and goal. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
At the 2-yard line.
Four downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. They are throwing it again. And he finds him in the end zone for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers chop some of the lead off before the half. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
10 at their own 35-yard line.
A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. First and 10, they're going to throw. It's a screen play to Genty. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's first and 10 from the 47. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Intercepted. And the Buccaneers get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
Airing it out to start this drive. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Byron Murphy picks it. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Las Vegas. You want to know how strong the coverage was there? Man, they even had that underneath throw locked down, Brock, and he took it the other way.
It's really, really hard to find a better rep than that one in coverage. You're so spot on. Covered it down the field. Usually a gimme to the running back. The only thing was a gimme 6.
Jason Sanders.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. On the return, here's Palmer. He's got a lane up past the 30. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
One last play before the break. Yep, as expected, they go to the grab and start this one off. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Trevor Etienne to return this. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Etienne on the return. The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Here we go. Cougar 19.
To throw here on 1st down. Grabs by Besh, left side. Gets some space around midfield. The 30. He's at the 10. And he's in for the big play touchdown. Oh, Brock, but there it is. Back down the field, we've got a flag, and I don't think this is going to count. They'll run here, following the penalty. Makes a tackle. He's still going. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
Tackle made right at midfield. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, set. Cowboy 80.
Another get. He gets crushed behind the line, and the ball comes out. And this one belongs to the Buccaneers.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Handoff now from the gun. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
First down now, ball at the 33. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Running it after the penalty. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. That's 8 yards on that run, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Throwing from the gun. That one's complete, right side. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Let's go.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
Working inside the red zone. Brought in. And that is a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers start the second half with some needed points.
The kicker on.
Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Return starts from the goal line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Completed over the middle. Has some daylight through the 40. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Throwing now on 1st down. Throwing the out route complete. He did well on that play, but might have had some early help. We've got a flag down. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20.
Here we go, here we go. 19, side, go.
Back now, pressure coming. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tried getting that one to Brock Bowers. And that makes it 2nd and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
At the same spot after the incompletion, it's 2nd down.
Come on, set. Cougar 19. Cloud.
They're throwing it. Look at that power, deep left side. Looked well downfield for that one. All he found was a waiting defender to knock it away. 3rd down coming up.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Ready? 70 Lions. W18.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're staring at a 4th down now after that sack.
Staring down, that down in distance. It was going to take some type of big play offensively to extend the drive. But all that sack did was create a bigger play for the defense.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. They'll throw to start the drive. Dump off caught by his back. It's a small gain up to the 38. Is Darian Porter in on the stop.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, when one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Danger, kid. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
He'll work against the blitz. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that will be a Tampa Bay 1st down.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets him back behind the sticks.
And down he goes. Raiders got it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. This is a tough spot to be in. It's 3rd and very long. Third and long for him here. He put everything he had into this one. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Raiders have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. First play is going to be again to Jency. And he's going to have this one up to about the 17-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
And a Raider 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Heads out on the bootleg. Next on the crosser. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
That's such a good example, Kate. You don't have to be an elite runner to be a good thrower of the football on the run. The same fundamentals, the attention to detail to be a good pocket passer, they show up on the run as well. That's excellent job getting the completion.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Has a man on target to Thornton. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Giving this to Genty. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be second down.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Set. Cowboy 80.
I'll throw it. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's a Vegas first down.
At the 26-yard line.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Go.
He's going to throw this one. We go to Genty on the dump off. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders making a 3-score game in the 4th. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. Tampa spends its second timeout now. And with another one gone, they're going to have just one remaining this game. Sanders all set to send it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And he's hit and sent out of bounds. So this ends as a gain of close to 7, 2nd down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. Short pass brought in. Still has some space inside the 35. And he takes it down to the 33. Give him 25 on that play. And the Bucs have the first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down now, ball at the 33. Running it now out of the gun. And he's got about 9 on that run, partner. Down inside the 30.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun. He loses the football. Well, it looks like the Buccaneers made a heads-up play. Got on top of that one for the recovery. Woo, let's give him a second there. Give him a sec. I'm going to imagine his heart's probably going, what, 150, 160 beats per minute right now, Brock, after nearly losing that fumble.
Yep, and it wasn't just a ball he dropped there. It was at least 3 points, too. But fortunately, that ball stays with him in the red zone. And now I'm really curious. It's one of those moments, Kate.
And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers get it back to within 2 possessions.
Kate, every year, it's kind of like the Baskin-Robbins of tight ends. You get all sorts of different flavors. You get inline blockers. You get guys that can run routes. You got guys that can do a little bit of everything. And then you get a game changer. And this guy's a game changer.
Buccaneers, 28.
With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks them, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. So second down coming up.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Cougar 19, Cub 19.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Intended target, Dante Thornton Jr. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Go! Warriors, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. W18. Hut, hut.
To the air on 3rd and long. He's trying to push the field. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. J.K. Scott will kick it away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. And this one is launched downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers now within 1 score in the 4th.
There are a couple different ways now you can win on a fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, well, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
Big moment coming up here for the Buccaneers. They're going for 2.
The Bucs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work.
Buccaneers, 34.
They knew what they had to do, Brock. They got the score and now need to pull off this onside kick. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
On 1st down, Genty. And they come through with a big stop there. Got him down for a loss as they keep fighting back here in the 4th.
At the 49-yard line.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders up by 8. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Here we go. 70 Lions. Mustang 19. Go.
Setting up to throw. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Come on, set. W18. 7 Pirates, 60 Mavericks, 60 Mavericks. Speed. 60 Bobcat.
Looking to throw. It's complete. This is Bowers. And this is going to get them all the way to the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down.